Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? Guess what? It's 2024, and this is my first live session again. For 5 sessions, we did recordings, but today we are live again. Today we are live again. And we here in South Africa, there is no load shedding at this time. So I'm good to go. And then I've got another fellow South African, Gideon. He's also in South Africa. So as you know, we don't have enough power for everyone. So we get load shedding. They call it load shedding. So we share power. But we did our 2 sessions already. We had 2 hours this morning, 2 hours this afternoon, and we will be having another 2 hours. But luckily, it will be after the show. So I am the luckiest one today. I have guest that is gonna blow your socks off. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready to be inspired, my beautiful ones? Are you ready for 2024? Did you make some promises for yourself? Did you put your dreams onto a piece of paper? I have. It's in my grandmother's handkerchief. And the reason why it is because I do put it in here. I've got a special pocket near my heart. And the reason for it to be in my grandmother's handkerchief, it's paper, it's hard. So I do my bucket list or my dream list on my birthday. That's my first year, my first day of my new year, the 20th of June, the 20th. So I have done quite a lot of items already. All the yellow ones is marked off, but you can see I still have a lot to accomplish because my dreams can only come true because I have clarity on my dream. And because I have a clarity, I have the GPS, I know where I want to go. So I need to work on how to get where I want to be. So that's the reason for the yellow markers. I have done quite a lot of things. One of it was my beautiful Diamond Moment magazine. We are currently in 41 countries, and we just completed issue 5. I am so blessed. I want to tell you my quote for this week. Embrace the call of the unknown because you have made a promise to yourself. If you have told me before my birthday that I'm going to be the founder of an amazing heart center magazine, I would never have thought. But I have now. How amazing! Because it's hard work. We work every day. We work in the magazine, on the magazine. I've got a beautiful editor, Sanet Van, and the two of us is really working a lot. But we have one. So are you keeping your promise to yourself? So I would love to start off with 3 beautiful breaths. And then I'm going to play my sponsor for today. It's Natalie McQueen's video. And then, are you ready for my guest to be here? And my beautiful Diamond Beauties, my beautiful ladies group, and my beautiful men's group, Tanzanite Heroes. You are welcome to give us love. We will show your comment and we will give you a shout out as well. So here we go. Your first breath in. Exhale. Another one in. Exhale. And your last one in. Exhale. Wow, beautiful. So let me play the video of Natalie McQueen. She is bestowing us this gift on all my Diamond Beauties as well as my Tanzanite Heroes. And we only have till January the 18th to apply for this one of a kind first edition talking journal. Here we go.
Hi there. My name is Natalie McQueen. I'm the founder of Gifts of Legacy. I am a book publisher and a legacy designer. I am thrilled to introduce my talking journal. This unique journal features recorded messages from 100 trailblazing contributors that we call our masters and mavens. Imagine a journal that you can hold in your hands and get daily prompts of inspiration from these mentor experts. I invite you to be one of our masters and mavens in our first edition on gratitude for $49. This is a low-cost, high-impact alternative to traditional publishing. I cannot wait to hear your inspirational message.
Thank you, my beautiful Natalie. And guess who? My guest is here. My guest is here. I'm so excited today. I've got both of the two beautiful ladies is in on my amazing Diamond Beauty Forever group. And thank you, my beautiful Gideon. I started 2.5 weeks ago with the gentlemen, a group for gentlemen, Tanzanite Yura, and you have joined them as well. So I can just say thank you so much for joining the men's group. It was now easy for me. I was looking for four gentlemen to come and talk to us on mental health in May, and I got an answer like this. I was like, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. So let me start with beautiful Roslyn. Roslyn, can you please introduce yourself and then also tell us what means making a promise to yourself? What does it means for you? You are welcome to go ahead.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. 2024 is an amazing year for all of us, and it's so many. I felt it myself, and so many of my clients and friends are like, literally felt the shift this year. Like I know it's powerful. I'm an intuitive wealth and abundance coach, and I work with people to keep promises to themselves. And for me, this was a big deal. Keeping promises to other people was an absolute line in the sand. I wouldn't break a promise I'd made to someone else. To myself, not so much. And really coming to understand I'm first. I have to be first. And then when I keep my promises to myself, well, first thing, I won't be making so many promises to other people.
Wait for it, Roslyn. Wait. I love it. I love it.
We spend so much time sometimes basing our self worth on what we give to other people. And when we can quit doing that so much and just know that we are the beautiful rose in the garden, and bathing all of that generosity and giving and commitment to ourselves, that's the ticket.
I love it. I love it. Krista and Gideon, do you love it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you, my beautiful Rosin. I knew this show is going to be amazing. I specifically have chosen the two of you to be here. And then, my beautiful Gideon, when the gentleman cancel on me, I ask you, please. I know you only came a month ago to the show. Can you come back? Because you have blown us away with your DSD, but we will get to that in a minute. So, let me ask my beautiful Krista. Krista, can you please introduce yourself? Also, tell us about your book title and then tell us what um, promises to yourself means for you.
I am absolutely honored. So, yes, I'm Krista. I'm a certified coach practitioner. I'm a speaker, and I am an author of Amazon #1 best-selling book, Skip the Pain, Experience the Pleasure. Cut the
Sure.
crap that's holding you back so you can live the life you love. I find that most people live unfulfilled lives and ask themselves, is this as good as it gets? So, from either reading my book or working with me, I give you strategies to discover your true potential and uncover your passions so you can let go and live the life you love. And when we're talking about promises, for me, it says if you're going to make a promise to me, don't just say it, show it. And if I make a promise to you, I won't just tell you, I'll take action on it.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Krista. So, Gideon, first of all, tell us what is your golden nugget. There's a reason why I'm asking. Tell us, tell us.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. And I'm really honored to be on this incredible show with incredible guests and with yourself, Sanet. Thank you very much for the invite once again. And I'm excited to hear more from the special guests tonight. So that's actually the reason why I said I will be on the show, is because I want to hear from them. And I want to be around incredible people like yourself. So it's all about you guys. My golden nugget is not what happens to you in life, but how you react to what happens to you in life. And it's not something that I came up with. It's something that I learned years ago, but only recently really had the opportunity to apply that. And thank goodness I learned that years ago, because it prepared me for this stage in my life. So yes, that's my golden nugget. It's not what happens to you in life, it's how you react to what happens to you in life.
So, my beautiful Gideon, now just know that's the reason. Because I knew my two beautiful ladies already. I knew if I have you as our male celebrity to come and spice our session up, you will be the most perfect person for this. So, my beautiful Gideon, thank you for being here. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what I know we're going to talk about DSD, but just tell us the wording. We can talk about it a little bit later, because you are coming to inspire the Diamond Beauties the first Monday in our play date with that as well. And then please tell us also what promise to yourself means for you.
Yeah, thanks, Annette. I've been a wellness coach and an entrepreneur for the last 26 years. And, recently I had a bit of a health scare and I had some challenges in my life. So, everything that happened to me over the last few years really prepared me for this phase of my life. So, at first I actually I was a little bit upset. I'm not someone that actually, I live my life very much on a concept of no judgment. I really try not to judge. I don't really form any expectations. All right. And I'll explain this in a second. And there's a number of reasons why I don't do that. And the number one reason for that is I don't want to be disappointed. And when you judge other people, you get disappointed. And when you expect something from other people, you get disappointed. And when you judge yourself and you expect something from yourself, you sometimes also get disappointed. So wherever that fits into your life, it's just a simple philosophy I've got. And as far as your topic for tonight, promises, is concerned, I honestly, I thought about this long and hard, and there's so much that you can say about promises, and there's so much you can say about making a promise and breaking a promise, and what it does to your psyche, and how it actually impacts absolutely everything in your life. When you make small little mistakes and you repeat them over and over and over again, you get to failure. And the same is true that if you keep a promise and you do a few things that's putting you on a different path over and over and over again, that makes success. So, we're at a stage now in our lives where we can wake up tomorrow morning and we can decide, I'm gonna be going in a different direction. I'm gonna be doing something different from tomorrow onwards. And that could either be, deciding to show up for yourself and keep your promises, or to break your promises. So when we understand what breaking a promise means, our mind thinks in duality. We also know what keeping a promise means. So we always know what is right and wrong as humans. And in order to achieve our goals, we already know what we need to do. We just need to take the action. So, in terms of your question about DSD, you can write this down. Hashtag DSD is really about if you want to change, if you want to progress, if you want to be somewhere in another 100 days and another 300 days, you have to do something different. So that's what DSD stands for. And if you can't keep on doing the same thing and expect different results. You have to do something different, and whatever that might be for you, whatever inspiration you're going to get, whatever new journey you need to take on. It is about doing something different. If it's about your attitude, it's about your thinking, it's about your actions. There's so many elements that actually impact that, but you have a choice, and you can make a decision. You can go to bed tonight, wake up tomorrow morning. You're not going to be in a different city tomorrow morning or in a different country tomorrow morning, but you can make the decision to do something different starting tomorrow. And that's what DSD is all about. Yes.
D, remember what I did now? D, just give me 1 second. Wait. Ace.
Yes.
Wait.
There we go.
I forgot about the glasses with our last show. My beautiful Gideon, thank you so much. My beautiful Rosalind, before I come back to you, I've got lots of comments for us, but I like to do the introductions first before reading the comments. So let us go. Michelle say hello, everyone. Michelle say hello, everyone. And then I've got Renee here that also say hello from Renee. And then Michelle says she loved this. And then I've got Coach Julie. I promise. Oh, Krista, it's for you. Do you want to say hi to Coach Julie?
Hi, Julie, and I'm so happy you're here because this whole segment, you're so authentic, and I'm just thank you for being here and supporting us.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Julie. And if there's more comments coming up, I will then definitely show us. So, my beautiful Rosalind, I was looking at your beautiful bio, and you talk about a talisman. It's not a six figure. Is not a talisman. So, can you explain that and tell us how you inspire the world?
Sure. So I work with people who are looking to break the six-figure mark. That's just pretty much like how I talk about it in my marketing. But not because six-figure income is the mark of success. It's not the be-all and end-all of life. It can change your life for sure. But it gives us the people that I work with, they're in business, they're already making money, they're already doing their thing, but they've hit their ceiling. And so six figures feels like, oh, if I could just get there. And so one of the biggest things that I work on with people is your identity and your wealth threshold. And I can tell you exactly what your wealth ceiling is. It's whatever you're making right now. And that gets imprinted and ingrained in you based on how you were raised, the promises you've made and the promises you've broken, the commitments that you're able to make to yourself. And one of the most fascinating things, because we do a lot of energy work and a lot of chakra work, is this idea that our parents, and if you're a parent, you know this, what is the number one thing we want? We want our children to have a better life than we do. So really, everything we do in life is done with this idea that this will allow my children to have a better life. So our parents, of course, did that for us. But it's an ingrained energy, first chakra, tribal thing that we don't want to outdo our parents. Because, I mean, gosh, how hard our parents had to work, especially when you go back a couple generations when they were still like working the land. And I mean, it was hard work back then. Why is it not such hard work for us today to do what we're doing? I mean, why do we get to sit at home on a computer and do our work? Because our grandparents and great-grandparents and parents wanted us to have a better life. Their desire for us opened the door for the life that we're living now. I tell a lot of these young gals who are home and they're doing their business and they're raising their babies and and I'm like, you may thank me now. Because when I came up and I had children, there was no way to make money unless you went out to work. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to supplement our income while I'm doing the things I want to do at home. And voila, the internet was manifested. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. And it's not completely wrong. But what happens is we have this built into us where we're like, it's disrespectful and wrong to surpass my parents. It is subconscious. So we're out here on this exterior doing all the things and working hard and trying to make everything work. But we've got this inner break because who am I to make more money than my parents ever did? Who am I to have a better life than they did? Who am I? And yet when you put that against the fact that that's the only thing your parents want for you, it's wackadoodle. So that's the work I do, is pointing out these pieces of we're in this contradiction with ourselves. And we're in these contradictions that they're so unconscious that the first time you hear it, you go, oh, that's a crazy lady. But when you think about it a little while, you're like, ooh, yeah. I can't tell you how many people are, they're on the verge of really what we call, breaking through, making it big, and they pull back. And they pull back. And now we're into breaking promises to ourselves. Wait, I was going to make this. I was going to do that. I was going to blah, but I didn't. So now we're setting up, which is what we do, is there's something wrong with me. I'm a failure. Doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with you've got this ceiling that you can surpass if we can just clean up some of this little stuff that's going on underneath. Because if that's what your true heart's desire is, you're ready to do it. And you're actually ready to make your parents proud.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. You, my beautiful Rosalind, is so inspirational. Oh, thank you so much for that. My beautiful Krista, can you tell us a little bit about your book and why did you decided to do a book? And
Well,
especially the title, because remember I told you the
I know.
title was
I know. So again, my book, because he said, Sanet said to talk about the title, skip the pain, experience the pleasure, cut the crap that's holding you back so you can live the life you love. Let me explain that a little bit. So when I say skip the pain, experience the pleasure, it's because we hold on so much to the pain, to our pain, that we forget to live. We forget to enjoy what we do have. You know, there's this saying that I heard is take a second and imagine everything you have right now, you lost, and then you got it all back again. Think of how happy you would be. And that's what it is. So skip that pain, experience the pleasure. And then I get right to the point because I work with very authentic people. So I say, cut the crap that's holding you back so you can live the life you love. And I've been inspired to write this book. Several years, somebody wrote a book about my life. And then my life continued on. And I was asked many times to write a book. And that was one of my promises, one of my bucket lists. But I just want to ask you first, how many times have you said, I promise we're going to get together with so and so, or I'm going to take that vacation as soon as I have time, or when the kids grow up, or I retire? As soon as all that happens, I'm going to follow my passion. But the problem with that is so many people don't get to do that because there is one promise. The one promise is we're all going to die. And we don't know when that date is. And I can speak with that because I was in a head on collision. I did survive it, but at that moment, I didn't think I was going to. A few years later, I married the man of my dreams, and I was promised this life. I signed up to be a wife and a mother. I didn't sign up to be a widow and a single mom. But my husband kept his promise when he said, till death do us part. So he did get sick at a very, very early age of 33. I held him in my arms as he passed away. But I had to look at my son before I started spiraling down. And I thought, if I don't take care of myself, if I don't get things put together and be responsible instead of slipping into that despair, he's going to lose two parents. And that wasn't fair. So I had to have that mindset right then and there to make that promise that I'm going to be that parent, that mom, and more importantly, that person that is authentically me. And this is what inspired me to start thinking about writing a book. But it wasn't until actually about 20 years later, I became sick. I started having seizures out of nowhere. I used to overwork, overdo, overplease, overpromise, and basically until I burnt out. And I really do think our bodies take that and show us that if you're not going to take care of yourself, we're going to make you take care of yourself. So I started having all these ailments, again, one of them being seizures. I make a long story short, I ended up going to almost a catatonic state. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I would have these muscle spasms, and I was tested for everything. And it wasn't for my earth angel, a neurologist who sent my blood work away to Spain to look for rare diseases, that they found out I have something called anti-GAD 65. Now, I didn't know what the heck that was, but I was happy they found it. And basically what it means is it attacks your central nervous system. So it makes it harder for you to walk and talk, zip up, zippers, and I do get muscle spasms, seizures, etc. But once I found that out, I did start spiraling down. I'm going to totally admit it because I thought, I'm a burden. I'm a burden to my family. And then it turned out that I was really in denial. And when I say denial, it stood for don't even know I'm lying. And it was to myself. That's who I was lying to myself. I wasn't keeping the promise. So if I wanted to be that person, I had to start taking after myself. I was lucky enough 7 years later to find my best friend, get remarried. Never say never, because I did, but I had 2 more children, and I had to become that mom I wanted to be. And I started to look at my mindset and what was I thinking and what was I doing and how I was talking. And using all these tools that I found, I developed specific strategies that got me from literally 6 years ago not walking or talking. I was given 4 years to live. I'm walking. Obviously, you can hear I'm talking. And sometimes, yeah, I stumble. I use a cane. Sometimes it's difficult to get the right word out. Welcome to being human. But you know what? I'm doing the best I can. So that's what inspired me, and to inspire other people.
Wow. Incredible. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, you are also welcome to visit my YouTube channel, selfloveforme.com, and you will hear more about Krista's story in Soul of a Diamond. She came last week, and it was only she that was on the show, and she told us her story, and you made people cry. It was amazing, and people are still talking about your show. So thank you, my beautiful Krista. So Gideon, when we had a chat today, I was busy in our whole hallway because our geyser burst, and my special books, all my self-help book, all my spiritual book, all my crystal books got wet. I was trying to try, and you said, I'm so sorry. And when after our discussion today, I thought, it's okay. I will have to throw away a few books, and it's okay. It was just wonderful to have a chat with you, and speak about all kinds of things. So you wanted to say something about promise for us. So can you please tell us, what did you wanted to say to us? Oh, you are muted. Just give me
Yeah,
1
thank
second.
you. Thank you. No, it's okay. I've unmuted. Fantastic. Well, thanks again, Sanet. Krista, amazing story, and I would like to hear more about what how your life has changed. My story is similar to yours, not as hectic as yours, but similar to that. And I had a bit of a scare 2 years ago. I'm very much someone that loves adventure, loves new experiences. Always, I kid you guys not. I became an entrepreneur because I wanted to see the world. So, love traveling, love seeing different cultures, love experiencing new things. It really drives me to get up in the morning and to go and look after and make a difference in someone's life. And 2 years ago, because of the fact that I was making so many promises and I was breaking so many promises, my life also got to a stop where my body just said, no more. I was working, some days I was working 18 hours a day, and just got to a stage. And if I really think back to it now, it did not happen to me, it happened for me. It happened for me to reassess my life. And I'm actually going through that whole process right now, which is extremely exciting. So, Sanet, I want to tell you and I want to say to you that geyser burst for a reason. Those books and those things that you've lost, it's very sad, but they no longer serve you. Maybe it's time for you to make some space to bring in some new things and new ideas and new ways of doing things and thinking about life. So remember this, do something different, because if you keep on doing the same thing, you're going to get what you've always had. But if you do something different, you're going to change and you're going to bring new energy into your life. So I do feel sorry for you about that. But, next time you can buy everything digitally and then nothing will be lost ever. And I think it's about time for that as well, to clean out all the books you're no longer reading.
Thank you so much for that, Gideon. So, I thought always I was old school. I love the smell of books, and to take it from one page to another. But you are right, exactly, Krista, exactly. So, please tell us a little bit about the how did you feel when you hear your scare, and how are you doing now at the moment?
Yeah, thanks. You know what? Tonight is not about me. It really is about the promise. And I just share that with you so that you can understand the context that, it gives us a bit of background. It gives us a little bit of street credit. That, what we are saying and what we are proposing and what we are sharing tonight is really comes from personal experience. And there's a number of things in life that controls the outcome of your life. And whether you look at your relationships, whether you look at your health, whether you look at your finances, whether you look at your career, it doesn't matter. Your personal life, your professional life, absolutely everything. You need to have a certain philosophy, a certain understanding, a certain amount of knowledge about a subject. I mean, you can't think about something that you don't know about. All right. So the moment you know something about something, you can start thinking about it. You can start exploring that. You can start giving it life. You can start, planting more and more seeds, and then let it grow and see how it grows. And that's almost like the first pot of life. It's like the pot of knowledge. You accumulate knowledge, and like Krista said, and Rosalind, you also spoke about the identity, and you spoke about values. And as we grow up and as we start, becoming human, from the age of 0 to 7, and then 7 to 14, and then so on every 7 years thereafter, we go through this feedback loop where we go out, we do things, we experience them, and then we get feedback. So a very good friend of mine refers to that as the feedback loop, and he always talks about failure as there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. So we as humans, I think, and the way I understand it and the way I feel about it, maybe next week I'll feel different about it. But promises is a way of getting a bit of feedback. First of all, for ourselves, and then also the environment around us. But once you've got knowledge, you need to do something. You need to go out and do something with the knowledge. Otherwise, it's like water. Water that is stale will rot. And when you have knowledge and you don't let that knowledge flow, and you don't allow that knowledge to come back into your life, and you don't give some of it and then receive some of it and are willing to learn, there's no action, there's no movement, there's no energy going backwards and forwards. So knowledge with action, and then we tend to be so hard on ourselves. We want to have absolutely everything perfect, and I'm guilty of that. I was born in August, and I'm a Virgo, and everything in my life is perfect. If you open up my clothing cupboard, everything is absolutely spot on. My shoes is always clean. Everything in my cupboard is absolutely spot on, and I know exactly where my stuff is. Even if you go into my garage, everything has got its spot. In my office, exactly the same thing. But my wife is completely the different. Oh my goodness, I can never understand how she can ever find something. She's got this thing about keys lately, where she just, every time she finds a key, she hides it for whatever reason. I've got no idea. And we have these conversations, and then I'm trying to unpack this, and trying to understand, and I'm trying to be accommodative. And I promise myself that I will learn more about what her thinking is at present, why she's acting the way she's acting. So we sometimes respond to a certain way, and we sometimes overreact, and we sometimes overthink certain things. And that causes us to have the outcomes that we don't like, and the outcomes that we don't desire. And what we need to understand is that everything is about that feedback. So whenever you get feedback, is you need to start asking yourself the question, what else is possible without reacting? with. I hope this comes across correctly, because sometimes we make a promise, we break the promise, and then we would try and overcompensate for breaking that promise by shooting ourselves in the foot, and then we get a different feedback, and then we try to overcompensate again for that, or we try to step back a little bit. So there's those three buckets that we always need to pay attention to. So if you want to do something different in your life, you want to achieve something different, you first need to gain a bit of knowledge. You need to hang out with people like we've got on this conference tonight, is to challenge that belief system, challenge that identity, challenge the value, challenge absolutely everything that you've got, and then be prepared to take the action to get some more feedback. And also at the same time, remember to not overthink everything and to be so self-critical of yourself. So loving yourself, making promises to yourself, but also be prepared to put yourself first, because the moment I think Rosan, you said it about your kids, the moment you want to take care more, you want to take care of your kids, you want to give them the best possible attention, and the best house and the best education, the best everything, and therefore you need to work hard, you need to do all these things, and you know that you need to go to the gym, or you need to eat healthy, and you need to prepare food properly, but you tend to sacrifice yourself and not go and do the things that you need to do because you want to give your kids more. At the end of the day, you're actually robbing them more, because if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not fulfilling the promises to yourself, you are not living a fulfilled life. And when you're not living a fulfilled life, somewhere along the line, you're going to keep them responsible, and you're going to project that onto them eventually. So, different ways of thinking about things in life, but always remember that feedback loop that you're going to get. And for me, I've had a very, very, very fortunate 28, 29 years of working for myself and being self-employed. I was very early on in my career, or in my business life, exposed to personal development. And I'm really grateful for that. Because if it wasn't for personal development and the concept of personal development, and thinking about things differently, and look at things differently, and maybe reserve judgment before I act to see what else is possible, I probably would not have been able to pull through and get through all these challenges in my life. So I'm really excited, because for me it's like a rebirth. It's something that's new, that's happening. This did not happen to me, it happened for me. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm embracing it every step of the way. Lots of challenges, but hey, it makes me a better human. And the last thing I want to mention before I'm going to hand back to you, Sanet, is something called, a lot of people call it the comfort zone. But I want to talk a little bit about the familiar zone, right? I want to give it a different name. Because people go back into their familiar zone. They go back into the thing. They want to learn how to play the piano, and then they go for one lesson and then they give up because it's unfamiliar to them. It's painful to learn, to read music and to play the piano and to put your fingers all the right places. And when they don't step out of that familiar zone all the time, you're never going to grow. You're never going to be who you can be, truly be. So tonight is also, for everybody that's listening, is about doing something different, but it's also about having the courage and then the discipline to step out of that familiar zone and to go back outside of the familiar zone often, so that you can get different feedback. And that belief system of yours and that value system of yours keeps on changing. So that's my journey where I'm on right now. And I'm really excited, because the guest tonight is just completely aligned with that, and super, super excited. So thanks very much for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you, my beautiful Gideon. I have 3 messages, and then I'm going to go to Rosalind. So Coach Julie said, doctors should never put a limit on your years. I love that. That's for Krista. And then I'm sure you also know this person, Krista. And so inspiring. And then again, Coach Julie said, let me just open it again. So, Gideon, you have to pull up your head so that thank God you've proven them wrong, Krista. You not only survived, but you have thrived and you inspire and help so many other people. Wow, amazing. My beautiful Rosalind, what is your biggest dream for 2024? And then can you please give us your golden nugget?
My biggest gem for 2024. I like so much of the things that Gideon said, and this would be a good one. This is a good one. If you're in business or if you are running a family is a business. You may not think about it that way, but it's a business. It's your number one consciousness facilitator, meaning it is your spiritual development course. We are going to run out of our, and I love your new definition for the old comfort zone. And that's exactly what we do is we go out and then we don't get expectations. We don't get the feedback we thought we might get. And then what do you do with that? Do you run back going, I failed? Or do you go, well, that's interesting. What do I want instead?
Yeah.
And so to give you a gift that has changed my life, it's this idea of there's an energy neutral phrase. It's just something about who we are as people. Something happens, we have to have a comment. It might be, oh my God, this is great, or it's terrible, or whatever. So we have to label it. But what I found, and I've used for years, and it has made such a difference in my life, is this idea of that's interesting. Just greet everything with that's interesting. And what it does is it gives you this moment of pause to decide, am I going to react? Am I going to respond? What do I want to do with this? And it gives you that breath of pause. So just greeting everything in 2024 with, because there's a lot of stuff going on that's interesting. A lot of stuff going on that's interesting. We are here at the threshold of the biggest change. And the piece to remember when we're down in the muck and the mud of it is we asked to be here at this specific time. It's not a mistake that we are alive at this moment. We've got a big mission. We got a thing we're doing. We're carrying the universe forward to where it's never been before. And we asked to be here. And so when stuff goes down, wow, that's interesting. And allowing that to carry you through these tumultuous and very, very exciting times.
Amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Rosalind. So, Krista, we've got 4 minutes left. Can you believe our time is almost up? Can you tell us what is your biggest dream for 2024? And what is your golden nugget?
Absolutely. So when I wrote my book, it was because I wanted to add more humor to our life. So although you heard a little bit about my story, it's written in a way that's very engaging and I add a lot of humor. So one of my big dreams this year, and I'm going to make it a priority, is to add humor in my life. And I'm not just going to live my life, I'm going to experience life. And my golden nugget is that it's okay to lose hope sometime, which stands for heck over pleasing everyone, to hold on pain ends.
I love it. I love it. I love it. My beautiful Gideon, what is your biggest dream for 2024?
Sanet, like I said a little bit earlier on, I love traveling. And 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the mat was pulled out underneath me, because of my health issues. And I just made a decision, about 3 weeks ago that this year is the year where I'm going to absolutely go 10x on all the experiences that I can possibly fit into 365 days. So, whatever I can do, I'm going to do it, have lots and lots of fun, and, just go back to that inquisitive, experimentative, wanting to learn and explore a life and learn more. And also set a goal. Last year, I wanted to read 50 books. I only got to 36 because I can't read. My eyes is got a problem with my eyes, so I'm listening to all the to the books. And this year I want to do definitely I want to do 50, and I want to do a lot of revision on those ones from last year. So I want to apply that in my life. I want to just absorb as much as I can and be the best human I can be and have the most incredible experiences. So hopefully the next year, this time, I can give you some incredible feedback.
Oh, wow. I know you're going to be amazing, amazing. And you just reminded me, I want to do the Camino next year. I will be 60 years old and I will want to June 2025. So I have done now my research and now I must start doing the exercise because you are walking between 22 kilometers. And I'm so sorry, ladies, I don't know what is it in miles, but 22 kilometers up till 25 kilometers a day. So I need to start. Here I go. Thank you. My beautiful Rosalind, my beautiful Krista and Gideon, thank you for your inspiration. When I had coffee chats with you, I thought, wow, I can't, you are so inspirational. You are truly amazing. And I could not think of a better way to start 2024 with our live sessions. And if I may ask, will you have a dance with me?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you. My
Definitely.
beauty. Thank you. My beautiful ladies and gentlemen, will you have a dance with me? Yeah, they say yes. They say yes. Thank you. Thank you. So here we go.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or squinting in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love. From butterflies to eagles, oh, there's magic in that flight. Sprinkle me with fairy dust, watch me take to the sky.
Thank you for dancing with me. I just want to say thank you for all your inspiration. And my beautiful ladies in the Diamond Beauties, thank you for all your comments. And Christoph, for your friends' comments. And my beautiful Tanzanite Euros, this was the second episode I came live into the group. I am truly so happy. And then I want to say, please look after yourself. Smile often and keep on dancing.